service is standard class throughout.
This is definitely the best carriage, not only because of the first class area, but also you can hear the guard buzzer leaving Waterloo, where you can change for Bakerloo, Jubilee, Northern and Waterloo and City lines. Next stop, Clapham Junction.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your Carl speaking. Welcome aboard this 12:50 South Western Railway service to Reading. This service goes at Clapham Junction, Richmond, Twickenham, Feltham, Staines, Egham, Virginia Water, Longcross, Sunningdale, Ascot, Heron, Bracknell, Wokingham, Winnersh Triangle, Earley and Reading. The scheduled arrival time into Reading is 13 minutes past 2. We do have one short platform along the journey, and that is the Longcross. Passengers wish to leave the train, you must be in the front 7 coaches of this 8-coach train. Once again, Longcross has a short platform, so you must be in the front 7 coaches of this 8-coach train. In the meantime, if you do require any assistance throughout the journey, see anything suspicious or anyone acting suspiciously, please inform myself or another member of railway staff. You'll find myself and guard currently located in coach 5 of this 8-coach train. You'll see me on the platform at all of our station stops and attempt to talk through the train during the journey. The next station of this service will be Clapham Junction. Thank you.
At Waterloo you can change for the Bakerloo, Jubilee, Northern and Waterloo and City lines, and the faster South Western Railway services to Woking, Portsmouth, Basingstoke, Salisbury, Exeter, Southampton, Bournemouth, Poole and Weymouth. You can also exit for riverboat services from Waterloo Pier, South Bank, London Eye, London Dungeon and Sea Life Centre, London Aquarium. At the next station, Clapham Junction, you can change for London Overground, Southern including trains to Gatwick Airport, and South Western Railway services to Hounslow via Brentford, Chesington South, Dorking, Guildford, Shepperton, Hampton Court, Woking, Hazelmere, Portsmouth, Basingstoke, Alton, Salisbury, Exeter, Southampton, Bournemouth, Poole and Weymouth. Vauxhall you can change for Victoria Line and also exit for riverboat services from St George Wharf Pier. This train does not stop at Vauxhall. We are racing the Woking train over there. This is Queenstown Road, where you can change for the Northern Line from Battersea Power Station. and also for riverboat services from Battersea here. If only Battersea, the whole Battersea extension was in Zone 2 instead of Zone 1, because Battersea Park and Queenstown Road are in Zone 2. I'll definitely do the South Western Railway again as soon as the Class 701s enter service. Apparently the Woking train is faster than us.
Next station is Clapham Junction. Change here for London Victoria, East Croydon, London Gatwick Airport, Brighton, Kensington Olympia and Willesden Junction. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
We have a new competitor, the Class 159 to Salisbury. (159,020). Southern has joined the race. This one is going to East Grinstead. No City Beam for this journey. The City Beam is the train that South Eastern are stealing from South Western Railway. Look, a Class 701 is going nowhere fun other than Clapham Yard.
This is Clapham Junction. This train is for Reading. The next station is Richmond.
Goodbye 701s.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it? Say it. Sort it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, your Garn speaking. Welcome aboard this Southwestern Railway service to Reading via Staines and Ascot. Passengers requiring any assistance throughout the journey, if you see anything suspicious or anyone acting suspiciously, or if you have any ticket issues or inquiries, please inform myself or another member of railway staff. You'll find myself the guard currently located in Coach 5. This 8-coach train. You'll see me on the platform at all of our station stops as well. If there's passengers on board this service for services to Windsor and Eton Riverside, calling at Raysbury, Sunnymead, Datchet and Windsor and Eton Riverside, due to a major signalling upgrade, that line will be closed from today until the 19th of February. That's a total of 9 days. So if you do need those stations, you'll have to change at Staines for a rail replacement bus service. This service is for Reading via Staines and Ascot. Our next station is Richmond. Thank you.
Thankfully, I managed to do the Windsor and Eton Riverside branch back in December 2022. The Class 701s and 730s will be the only members of the Bombardier Aventura family with guard operation, where the guard opens and closes the doors. Because the Aventura is currently operating on the Elizabeth Line, Class 345, London Overground, Class 710, and Greater Anglia, Class 720, as well as the Class 720 that C2C will operate in the future, have driver-only operation, where the driver opens and closes the doors. Say no to driver-only operation, keep the guard on the train. This is Putney. You can change here for the district line from East Putney. I suppose the signalling works between Staines and Windsor and Eton Riverside is to prepare for the Class 701's entry into service. I imagine that the Class 701s and 730s will have guard panels, for if the guard wishes to operate the doors from the local doors, and not from the rear driving cab, especially if some stations have short platforms, such as for example Atherstone on the London Euston to Crewe service. The platforms at Atherstone can only accommodate a train with 4 carriages in length. This is Barnes. Change here for Barnes Bridge, Chiswick, Kew Bridge, Brentford, Sign Lane, Isleworth and Hounslow. At Richmond you can change for the District Line and London Overground. Twickenham, change for services to Strawberry Hill. Feltham, change for Hounslow and Brentford. Staines for services to Windsor and Eton Riverside, currently a replacement bus at the moment, as well as buses to Thorpe Park Resort, which only run when the theme park itself is open, which is usually from late March, early April to late October, early November each year. Mortlake, only the stopping service to and from Strawberry Hill, as well as to and from Hounslow during peak hours, stop here, and also at North Sheen. Virginia Water, you can change for services to Weybridge. Ascot you can change for services to Aldershot. At Wokingham you can change for Great Western, including trains to Gatwick Airport. And at Reading, where the train terminates, you can change for Elizabeth Line, Cross Country, Great Western and Rail Air Coach Link to Heathrow Airport. Feltham is also for buses to Heathrow Airport.
Station is Richmond. Change here for London Underground and London Overground. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
That's definitely a British Airways flight landing into Heathrow. I can tell because of the tail.
This is Richmond. This train is for Reading. The next station is Twickenham.
Honestly, the tube would be better if a guard operation returned. Especially on the Central, Jubilee and Northern lines, which have open buttons that no longer work, while the open door buttons on the Northern line were replaced. The ones on the Central and Jubilee lines, however, remain
Standard class throughout.
There's two stations accepting Oyster and contactless named St Margaret's. One is in Hertfordshire and is served by Greater Anglia, and this one here in London is served by South Western Railway. The one on Greater Anglia is on the Hertford East to Broxbourne branch line. Buy before you board, ticket vending machine on app, online, contactless or ticket office. It's never been easier to buy a ticket.
The next station is Twickenham. Change here for Strawberry Hill, Teddington and Kingston.
You must buy a ticket before you travel, otherwise you may have to pay a penalty fare or face prosecution. Penalty fare now £100. The penalty fare is £100 plus the price of the full single fare applicable for your intended journey. However, if it is paid within 21 days, the penalty fare is reduced to £50 plus the price of the single fare applicable.
This is Twickenham. This train is for Reading. The next station is Feltham.
Bless you.
Thank you, cheers.
Next station is Feltham, the last stop where a TfL, Oyster or last stop where a TfL validated Oyster or contactless payment
That's
card
right.
can be used.
They were talking to me, sorry.
It's okay if you are using Oyster or contactless, then you'll have to get off at Feltham. Whittinge. you can also change here for Hounslow and Brentford.
Feltham. This train is for Reading. The next station is Staines. Oyster, contactless payment cards, and freedom passes without a suitable extension are not valid on this service.
Before 23rd of January 2023, the penalty fare used to be £20 or twice the full single fare, whichever is the greater. I mean, this is for National Rail, C2C, Chiltern Railways, East Midlands, Gatwick Express, Great Northern, Greater Anglia including Stansted Express, Great Western, Island Line, London North Western Railway, Merseyrail, Northern, Southern, South Eastern, South Western Railway, Thameslink, Transpennine Express, Transport for Wales and West Midlands Railway. If you travel without a valid ticket, are unable to produce an appropriate rail card for a discounted ticket, travel in first class accommodation with a standard ticket, are aged 16 or over travelling on a child ticket, or travel beyond a destination on your ticket or on a service where your ticket is not valid. On TfL services, Tube, DLR, Elizabeth Line, London Overground and Tramlink, as well as the buses, the penalty fare is £80 or £40 if paid within 21 days. Ashford, Surrey.
Grant speaking. Our next station on this service will be Staines. Due to a major signalling upgrade taking place from today until the 19th of February, so that's a total of 9 days, the Windsor and Eton Riverside line is closed from Staines to Windsor. So passengers for Racebury, Sunnymead, Datchet and Windsor and Eton Riverside, you must change at the next station, Staines, for a rail replacement bus service from the main car park. This train still continues to Reading via Ascot. Now approaching the next station, Staines.
Only valid via Staines. That means no Elizabeth Line or Great
The
Western.
next station is Staines. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
You can also change here for buses to Thorpe Park Resort should it be open. Valid only via Staines, which means you cannot travel to or from Paddington. If your ticket is marked valid only via Staines.
This train is for Reading. The next station is Egham.
Doors are locked. Ready to depart. Next station is Egham. Never mind, doors have reopened.
This service is standard class throughout.
Disregard, I'd like to welcome you on board the South Western Railway service to Reading. I'm towards the middle of the seat. I'll try and please ask if you need any help. Please keep all the silent items with you. If you see anything suspicious, please stop me and stop. passengers who wish to leave the train at Longcross, you must be in the front 7 coaches to depart. This is due to short platform.
So at Staines there's a crew change.
Station is Egham.
Egham, home of Royal Holloway University of London. But we are already past the M25. Apparently.
This is Egham. This train is for Reading. The next station is Virginia Water.
The train is entirely standard class, so you can sit wherever you want. Do not worry. change here for Chertsey, Addleston and Weybridge.
This train is for Reading. The next station is Longcross.
Only 3 train operating companies with
This service is standard class throughout.
only 3 train operating companies with the penalty fares scheme do upgrades to first class with seatfrog. East Midlands, Great Western and Transpennine Express. East Midlands only on intercity services from St Pancras to Sheffield and Nottingham, as well as on Great Western intercity from Paddington to Oxford, Worcester, Great Malvern, Hereford, Cardiff, Swansea, Carmarthen, Bristol, Exeter, Paignton, Plymouth and Penzance, also to Newquay during the summer. If the announcement at Reading says TfL Rail, then it would have been from before 24th of May 2022, when the Elizabeth line from Liverpool Street to Shenfield and Paddington to Heathrow and Reading were still called TfL Rail. May 2022 was when TfL Rail became the Elizabeth line following the opening of the Paddington to Abbey Wood section. Bond Street wouldn't open until 24th of October 2022. Then, from 6th of November 2022,
The next station is Longcross.
passengers wishing to leave the train at the next station must be in the front 7 carriages of this train. Since 6th of November 2022, the Elizabeth line has been Shenfield to Paddington, 8 trains per hour, Abbey Wood to Heathrow, Terminals 2 and 3, 4 trains per hour, 2 trains per hour to Terminal 4 and 2 trains per hour to Terminal 5. And 2 trains per hour Abbey Wood to Maidenhead and 2 trains per hour Abbey Wood to Reading. The Abbey Wood to Heathrow and Shenfield to Paddington trains call out all stations. 24th of October 2022 is when Bond Street opened.
This is Longcross. This train is for Reading. The next station is
Abbeywood to Maidenhead. The Abbeywood to Maidenhead and Reading services call out all stations apart from Acton Main Line, West Ealing and Hanwell. Either is only served by trains to and from Maidenhead, while Taplow is only served by trains to and from Reading. The final change to the Elizabeth line will take place no later than 21st of May 2023. Shenfield to Paddington will still be 8 trains per hour, but 2 trains per hour will continue to Heathrow Terminal 5, calling out all stations apart from Acton Main Line, Hanwell and Southall. Abbeywood to Reading and Maidenhead will remain unchanged, but Abbeywood to Heathrow Terminal 4 will increase from 2 trains per hour to 4 trains per hour, effectively replacing Terminal 5. I assume this is because of an increase in flights to and from Terminal 4, since it reopened back in June 2022. Still a total of... right now there's a total of 16 trains per hour from Whitechapel to Paddington, 6 trains per hour from Abbeywood to... 8 trains per hour... 16 trains per hour from Whitechapel to Paddington and 8 trains per hour...
Next station is Sunningdale.
And 8 trains per hour from Abbeywood to Hayes and Harlington, as well as 4 trains per hour to Maidenhead.
This is Sunningdale. This train is for Reading. The next station is Ascot.
You can change 4 services to Aldershot at our next stop, Ascot. From 23rd of May 2023, it'll be Shenfield to Whitechapel, still 8 trains per hour. So will Whitechapel to Abbeywood. Whitechapel to Paddington will have 16 trains per hour still. Maidenhead 4 trains per hour. But Hayes and Harlington 10 trains per hour from Whitechapel to Hayes and Harlington. 6 trains per hour Whitechapel to Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3. Heathrow Terminal 5 will still have 6 trains per hour, 2 Elizabeth line services and 4 Heathrow Express services. change here for Bagshot, Camberley, Frimley, Ash Vale and Aldershot. Which I'm assuming is closed today due to plan engineering works. Most likely to prepare for the Class 701's entry into service. I was told that the Class 701s will apparently start their life on the Waterloo to Reading line first, which is why I am doing it today. Over there is a service waiting to depart for Aldershot, 45103.
Heron.
If you got out in the middle of this 8-car train, please ask if you need any help.
This service is standard class throughout.
The Class 701s don't need tray tables as they are designed for short journeys. I asked someone who shared a photo of the Class 701's interior, where are the tray tables, and South Western Railway responded to me saying, as these are designed for commuter services, we do not need them. South Western Railway told me that the Class 701s don't need tray tables as they are designed for commuter services. It's a shame that Great Western rejected the Class 769s in December 2022 and that they will likely be scrapped. What a waste of trains. It's the Class 456s and 442s all over again.
The next station is Martin's Heron.
I wonder where the Class 175s will go when Transport for Wales stop using them. Chiltern Railways is highly unlikely, considering Chiltern are fine with their fleet of Class 168s. East Midlands Railway is unlikely, as they have a boatload of Class 170s and will have Class 810s joining their fleet. Northern is highly unlikely because Northern have a huge fleet of Class 195s. So unless they wanted to vote kick the 769s, it's highly unlikely that Northern will have Class 175s.
This is Martin's Heron. This train is for Reading. The next station is Bracknell.
Well, that didn't last long as the doors are now locked. I presume that the Class 230s will never re-enter service, with London North Western Railway on the Marston Vale line. Hopefully there will be an alternative to the Class 230s. Since the start of December 2022, the Marston Vale line has been using replacement buses. And the Marston Vale line cannot use the Class 170s, 172s or 196s from West Midlands Railway, as the platforms are too short for those type of trains. Class 379 withdrawn in February 2022 due to high leasing costs. Class 720s took over the West Anglia main line. It is likely that the Class 379 will never re-enter service.
This train is for Reading. The next station is Wokingham.
Doors are locked, ready to depart. Next station is Wokingham. I wonder where the Class 350/2 will go when the Class 730s replace them. Don't think they'll go to Scotland, considering ScotRail have a huge fleet of Class 380s and 385s operating on electric services around Glasgow. They also seem to be fine with the Class 318s, 320s and 334s. So, no, 350/2s will not go to Scotland. It's a shame that Southern withdrew the Class 455s in May 2022. We've lost a lot of good trains last year, starting with the Class 456 in January. All of them were scrapped. Class 379s withdrawn in February and placed into storage, as mentioned earlier, due to high leasing costs. Then in May, the Southern Class 455s were withdrawn and scrapped. Then in August, all of the Class 321/9s and 322s were withdrawn and scrapped. Then in July, Class 317s were withdrawn. And last but not least, the Class 315s were withdrawn in December, although a farewell tour was held. All of them were scrapped apart from unit number 31535, apart from 315856, which was one of two units that operated the farewell tour on Saturday 26th of November 2022 alongside 315847. Thankfully, 315856 has been preserved by the Class 315 Preservation Society and is somewhere in Wales. December 7th, 2022 was the last day of the parliamentary train from West Ealing to West Ruislip. Since then, it has been a replacement bus. And on 30th of November was likely the last day of Class 230s in operation on the Marston Vale line between Bletchley and Bedford. Since then, the Class 230s have been placed into storage. Meanwhile, the Isle of Wight Class 484s are still operating. This is because the Class 484s are maintained in-house, apparently.
The next station is Wokingham.
Change here for trains to Guildford, Reigate, Redhill and Gatwick Airport. The Class 701 has been branded the Arterio, but many people have started calling them clogged arteries, based on the fact that they were supposed to enter service in December 2019, but they are still not in service as of February 2023.
This is Wokingham. This train is for residents the next station is Winnersh.
This train now calls at Winnersh Triangle, Earley and Reading. This is your guide on towards them with the London City Card train. Please ask if you need any.
The announcements on South Western Railway are by Celia Drummond, who also did the announcements for the Jubilee and Northern lines. Apart from the following, on Northern Line, which were by Eleanor Hamilton, Battersea Extension, new announcement for Bank, and also announcements for the Elizabeth Line at Tottenham Court Road and Moorgate. Not sure who did the new announcement for Canning Town on the Jubilee line, same with North Greenwich. When the rest of the Class 707s or City Beams leave South Western Railway for South Eastern, it'll be the end of guard operation on the Desiro City family trains. I think it'll happen as soon as the Class 701s enter service, whenever that is. If Class 455s were used on the Reading route, then they would likely operate with 4 carriages only because of the short platform at Longcross. Platform at Longcross can only accommodate a train can only accommodate 7 carriages.
Winnersh. This train is for Reading. The next station is Winnersh Triangle.
Celia used to appear at many stations in the south of England, but now she's at stations in the north, such as Bradford Interchange, for example, or Bolton or Blackpool North. Also Manchester Victoria and Oxford Road.
This is Winnersh Triangle. This train is for Reading. The next station is Earley.
Our penultimate stop. Winnersh and Winnersh Triangle. The platforms at Winnersh and Winnersh Triangle, and the platforms at Winnersh and Winnersh Triangle can only accommodate a train with 8 carriages.
This is Earley. This train is for Reading only.
To recline the seat slightly, lift it up and then. It's the exact same on the London North Western Railway, Class 350. Not sure about the Class 444 though.
Don't say bro.
Seats cannot recline on the East Midlands Class 360. On the Trans-Pennine Express Class 185, you can recline the seats in first class. I don't think the 360/2s, the ones that operate between Paddington and Heathrow, ever had first class, as the journeys were only up to about 35 minutes. Class 458 to Waterloo. That there is the Elizabeth line and the Great Western from Paddington. That's a link Cross Country used to use back in the day when they operated trains to and from Guildford, non-stop Reading to Guildford. You can change here for Elizabeth line, Cross Country, Great Western and Rail Air coach link to Heathrow Airport.
I actually read it, like, that's what I read.
I'll definitely do London North Western Railway before the Class 350/2s are withdrawn. We arrive into platform 5 or 4. Doors are opening on the right hand side of the train as we arrive into Reading, our final stop. Please remember to take all your personal belongings with you at all times when leaving the train. This will be the 1439 South Western Railway service.
This is Reading, where this train terminates. Please remember to take all the sign items with you when you leave the train. Thank you for travelling with us. Stay safe and have a pleasant time.
Once again, change here for Elizabeth line, Cross Country, Great Western and Rail Air coach link to Heathrow Airport. Over there is the Elizabeth line, previously TfL Rail. Reading to Abbey Wood in an hour and a half. That's how long it takes. Or an hour and 25.
Reading, this train is at its final stop. Please remember to take all your personal items with you when you leave the train. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.